IKRON is for people. People who desire greater self-awareness and self-confidence. People with a disability who want to develop their potential. People who want help in resolving their personal problems. People who seek better relationships at home, at work, in the community. People who want help in meeting their vocational needs.
Hi. Today I'd like to talk a bit about dreams. Dreams of our graduates, dreams of our audience also, and a dream of mine. And I'd also like to share with you how my dream has become integrated with all of these people's dreams here today. First, I need to share the history of IKRON. As you know, dreams do have a beginning, and mine was begun many years ago. So before we begin, I'd like to ask this one question about age. How many people here are over 35? Then you were all living when my dream started. So, my husband and I had a dream to begin a rehabilitation center for adults with problems of mental health or substance abuse. At that time, there was nothing, and I do mean nothing, in this community. There was no type of day program. There was no type of group home. But legislation had been passed stating that people had to be discharged from the state institutions. So at that time it was Longview, and they started discharging people. Discharging them where? Just discharging them to the community. And suddenly the city realized we have a lot of homeless people, and hadn't even thought about the word homeless at that time. But they did. And so several groups got together and formed 4 group homes. And that's where people were discharged to those group homes. And then along came our dream of having a day center. So we went to the university and asked them if they could give us some space. They said, yes, we have 2 condemned buildings over there in Scioto Street. Take your choice, whichever one you want. So we went over and we selected the one that was in the better shape and started. And our first client's name was Josie. And she was with us for 6 months. She was referred to us by a BBR counselor, whom I might add I had lunch with yesterday. He has now been retired 12 years, but he still remembers Josie and referring her to the rehab center, because that's how it all started. And we were delighted because within 6 months, believe it or not, Josie was employed. And we thought this is a real accomplishment at that time. So with this house, which I might add the roof leaked, it leaked to the 3rd floor, it leaked to the 2nd floor, leaked to the 1st floor, to the basement, just drips, and we all managed to live with that. We would not today because of accreditation, but at that time we really get away with it. And it was not barrier free. We had steps to climb, had stairs to get up to the front porch to get in, stairs to climb to get to the 2nd floor to work with groups, but we managed. And it's surprising what you can do when you have a facility and you have a dream and you have a desire to achieve. Never did I dream at that point that we might reach a status where we are today, of owning our own building and your building. Right? I want you to understand this is your building as well as anybody else's here, because you're the ones who make it. You're the ones who give it life and you give it purpose for being. So I want to thank you for that also. So our other clients were also referred as we outgrew it. Eventually, we did purchase this building and had no space at long last. I understand now that thinking is too small. But we then had to come up with a name. So people say, well, how did you come up with that crazy name, IKRON? So I'll share with you. First of all, I did not want a name that had any stigma attached to it. This was not going to be a center for mental health. This was not going to be a program for substance abusers. This was not going to be a special program for people with just one eye. So we had to come up with a name. How do you do that? Well, we laid out all the Scrabble pieces upside down and picked out 5. And those letters were I-K-N-O-R. Then we worked for hours trying to figure out how could we come up with something that sounded halfway decent for those different letters, because they certainly didn't fit. And that's how IKRON got its name. So we now had a name that was not a stigma. Anyone could come here and not feel that entering those doors that they brought with them any stigma. Then we had all these professionals out there who could not deal with IKRON, the name. And they said, well, what does it stand for? I said, it doesn't stand for anything. Well, it has to stand for something. So many people asked me what it stood for that one night a colleague and I stayed up all night thinking of what could this stand for. So this is what it now stands for. It stands for the integration of knowledge and resources for occupational needs. Now, by the time I tell all of my colleagues, it stands for the Institute for Knowledge and Resources for Occupational Needs, then they say, oh, IKRON. So now I don't have to worry about it anymore. We've met their needs as well. Anyway, today, I'm very honored to have been with you and to be with you.
We have a saying, and you've all seen it on TV and on the radio, and heard it on the radio, and that's Ohio, the heart of it all. And it's people like Julian Myers and Scotty Myers that make Ohio the heart of it all, that are leading us ahead, making the rest of the country look at Ohio and say, how do you guys do all that stuff that you're doing?
The fact that this is the largest graduating group we've had so far speaks well for the work of IKRON, for the leadership of Dr. Scott, for the work of our staff, but more particularly for you people who have been coming through a program, working hard at it. I have worked with most of you. I'm aware of all the hard work and effort, the anxiety, the discouragement, and overcoming this that you have all gone through, and the progress you have made. It has been impressive, and you have a right, all of you, to feel proud of the distance you have come. You also know that the end is not in sight. You're going out, and you're going to be working in the community and working against odds, perhaps, so that the battle isn't over yet. You have proved to yourself that you can handle difficulties. You have proved to yourself that you can overcome obstacles and so on, that you can bounce back after having some rough going. Keep it in mind when you go out, and recognize that you're quite capable of doing the same thing in the outside community.
The persons that you have sitting before you today have worked very, very hard to get this far. I will tell you that. They came in not knowing if they could do it, and right there, Steve, found out they could do it.
Hello, everybody. Basically, I just want to say thanks to the staff and the people that I were here with. They were real helpful to me. She said everybody talked about me. I know after I was at work for a couple of months, I was like, God, I miss everybody. I did, and I just want to say thank you. You go out and get a job, and you have no gas money. And they were very helpful to me. I learned a lot here, even though I was real difficult here. I think I complained the most, but I got a lot out of it, and I just want to say thank you.
When I first came to this program, I thought that it wasn't going to help me, and I just thought this was just another role play in life. But the people at IKRON are real, and they tell you the real deal, what's going on in life, and what you need to survive in life. And they give you education skills, because when I first came here, I couldn't type at all, but maybe I just want to thank everybody at IKRON for their support, because I didn't have any support, but they supported me, and they made me believe that I could follow through with whatever my dreams were. Thank you.
Like, very fortunate that I ran into the right group, it's helped me so much. I've been to other places, and, I've learned some stuff from other places, but it seems like the guidance I've had here has helped me overcome, and it's taught me ways to, taught me my strengths, my weaknesses, that's a good thing to know because, you know, when you're out here in the real world, you need to know these things. That way you know which direction to go. But yeah, I definitely like to thank all of y'all and, you know, helping everything. I'm proud of myself. I hope y'all proud of me. You know, I feel like I'm proud of me, so I'm good with that.
Good evening, family. I didn't do this by myself. This is a me thing. I had so much help. Everybody that works at IKRON, everybody that comes to IKRON, I have got pushed by so many people. And some days when I really didn't feel like getting up, I had connected with some people and we laughed every day. And I wanted to laugh, so I came on in because I know that I would have a smile on my face. I'd like to thank the computer room, man, Miss V and me pushing me. I'd like to thank the Warm Line for inviting me on their team. I believe that IKRON is a dream maker. And I spoke at the last graduation and I talked about how we only wanted to feel good about ourselves and feel worthwhile and be a part of something positive. If somebody had told me 2 years ago that I'd be standing up here and I would have all these certifications and this and that and stuff, giving back my SSI, and I'd be like, you crazy, they're gonna pay my rent the rest of my life. And something happened, and something touched my heart, and it's to be like available and give to other people what I have received. And like I said, IKRON makes dreams come true, and I dream one day to work for IKRON.
We've come a long way, one person to relate. I was involved at the beginning. I suppose it's appropriate to make some of the closing remarks. This is a very impressive ceremony, and probably the most impressive, the most elaborate that we've ever had. It does my heart good to see it. In 1969, some of us felt we wanted to have a rehabilitation center, and so with the support of the Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation and with the help of the lab staff, Dr. Scott and others, we started the OUC Rehabilitation Center. Since 1969, the center is operating continuously, more recently, of course, with the support of the 648 board, which we're very grateful. When I ran the center, I used to say that running the center, trying to keep it going, was like pushing a peanut uphill with your nose. It was difficult, there's problem after problem, and it takes an awful lot of dedication and drive to keep a program of this sort going. Fortunately, we've had loyal staff all along, and we've had people who've been dedicated to this type of work. You don't get love when you're running a program of this sort. You do get a lot of satisfaction in human terms, and it's very rewarding to see all these people who have been doing so well, and it gives you a sense of a job well done. I want to add my congratulations to those that have already been given. This is a proud moment for us all. As a final remark, I simply want to say, don't rest on your laurels. Keep going, keep growing, and keep making a life for yourself as you have been doing. Good luck to you all.